Hey guys, Chris from JobApp TV here. Just to give you a bit of a update around some of the top jobs that you can get without experience or qualifications. One of our Facebookers, Kate, has actually put up to us a challenge, and thanks very much for that, Kate. And said, what are some of the jobs you can get that you don't require qualifications and experience and earn quite a bit of money? I've got a list here that I've kind of done for you guys. I don't know if you can quite see that, but basically on the list goes through checkbox by checkbox in terms of qualifications and experience you may need. Look, there's a caveat here, and I want to say that there's no job out there that requires zero experience apart from, a pick packer in a warehouse or Woolworths, for example, where you basically are stacking stock on shelves. Those kind of jobs can lead quite lucrative over time, but those are the kind of jobs that require zero experience to start with, but you can certainly build upon. There is some jobs here that do require about 6 months experience to actually, get ahead and get going. Some of these are, for example, I'll start with police officer. Police officer, it can be quite lucrative after 5 to 10 years experience. Once you hit your mark of the first 3 years of general duties. I know of a few police officers hitting that 90 to 100k mark after around 6 to 7 years in the force, and there's a caveat there again with actually doing your diploma of policing practice as well. So you do need to do that to start off your career, but certainly you can go quite well after a while if you stick around. The other one is truck driver. A truck driver, again, is something where you can go and get your truck driving certification, whether it's MR or HR license, and you can build from that. Start small, work with a small business, and get $25 to $30 an hour, and build up and get an MC license where you can get up to $50 to $60 an hour, working in remote areas of Australia. So there's another area you can look into as well. Another area you can look into is things like baggage handling. So baggage handling requires no experience whatsoever. It just requires a security pass or security license. So you need to have no prior record of offending. It's very important working in the airport and working with other people's goods that you can get into this type of work, and that can lead to other things as well. So baggage handling, you're looking at around that 60 to 70k mark to start with, and can certainly lead to other things as well. So a really good foundation, really good starting point, especially in the airport industry, transport industry. Another one is air traffic control. I guess going with the airport theme. This was a job that I was thinking of applying for last year, and the training was actually down in Melbourne, which is why I didn't actually apply. So yeah, air traffic control, you can get into traineeships in this particular area, and certainly is definitely an area of expertise and an area of high demand as well. So look into that. Another area you can look into is just general warehouse management. So general warehouse management, when I said pick and pack earlier, you can build from that, get into a warehouse manager type role as well. Crane drivers. Crane drivers are high in demand in Australia, and in Sydney particularly, there's a huge construction boom with a lot of projects going on. Crane drivers can get quite a good amount of hours with overtime, and quite a good high hourly rate as well. So, crane driving is one of those things where you do need that experience. So again, there's that caveat there of about a year's experience up your belt. You need someone to give you a go, and that's where I want to explain to you guys a bit about how you start in the first place. So, for example, going to get your crane ticket and rocking up somewhere and saying, get me on this crane. It's not going to work. You've got to go about it the right way. You've got to travel for the opportunities. If you want these opportunities in oil and gas and mining with unskilled labour, you've got to basically pack your bags and go and seek out these opportunities, because they are out there. So you've got to be prepared to travel. My next one was oil and mining, actually. So oil and mining is an area where it's untapped. Hit a bit of a lull at the moment, but there's still some stuff going on with the big Gorgon project over WA. There's still ads on Seek with assistant shot firers and assistant drillers. And you can look into those type of roles as well. And if you get your foot in those type of roles, stick with it for a couple of years, you can be looking up to $50 to $60 an hour. So that's not too bad. Plus, what you've got to realise too is you get overtime with a lot of these jobs as well. So the OT is where you make your money as well. So some of these jobs, you might have a base of 60 to 70 grand a year, and then you look at your OT, which puts you up in the higher echelons as well. So it's definitely something that's not to be sneezed at. Real estate broking. So real estate is one of those things where you start off low and you work your way up. So you don't need a high level ticket or qualification for real estate, but certainly once you build your networks and you hit the ground running, you can earn upwards to 100 grand a year. So that's not too bad. And I want to put in things such as stockbroking or graphic design. So both of these areas could be a potential area where you could approach businesses or approach companies where you can be self-taught. I like these type of roles where you can be self-taught either through freelancing or contracting. It's just like, for example, learning the guitar and going and playing in a band, at the club or wherever. Same goes for stockbroking and graphic design. So these two roles in particular, you can definitely walk into a job, upwards to 80 grand a year in some cities in Australia, and with the potential that you do have the experience, that you know what you're doing, and you can prove these on paper as well. So with the graphic design stuff, you have to have a portfolio, and you have to show the employer or who you're contracting for what you're able to do and what you can do, so to be able to demand that money. But definitely possible. And same goes for stockbroking as well. That's about it, guys. So look, I hope you enjoyed this episode of JobApp TV, number 4. Only early stages, but enjoying these videos. And look, if you guys like these videos, please comment or share these videos in the section below. Thanks very much, and I hope this was very helpful. Thanks, guys.